So I was having like a pretty boring day, alright? We're past JJK Season 3, I'm obviously having withdrawals, I'm still excited from the Kagurabachi trailer, I had nothing going on today, I've been chilling in bed drawing. And then randomly I opened Twitter and just happened to see that Mappa have created and posted an entire big promotional video in their top quality animation for Jujutsu Kaisen Modulo, which means we have now seen actual proper high quality Mappa animation of things like Dborah versus Mahoraga. We are seeing Mahoraga style, not Mahoraga style, nope. We're seeing Mappa style Mahoraga, just like he looked in Season 2, before we even see him in the actual main series again. Like, how does that make sense? But yeah, this promotional video is phenomenal, and there are lots of details to break down. And since I was missing Season 3 so much, and the weekly, episode reviews I was doing, I decided this is a good excuse to kind of, make another one. So we're gonna be going through this, admittedly short, but absolutely stunning looking, I guess it's a kind of AMV type thing, because the OST that they play throughout is the same very intense dramatic song that plays in the end of Season 2 when Kenjaku is, gathering his curses and leaves. Now, obviously, we have some names that we often see in JJK episodes, especially in their best work. Most notably, Julian Bentley, who was a key animator for this, and did a lot of the stuff in Season 3 that people were a big fan of. We also see Chris, who I'm mentioning because, I don't know, I find it funny that his name's just Chris. You've got full names on there, and my guy's just called Chris. I respect it. And Hon, who worked on JJK 0 and lots of stuff in Season 3 as well. And it is storyboarded and directed by Shun Miyakawa. Now, it starts off with a shot of the Nalnox, and then we get a close-up of Maru's face, we see him open his eye, and yes, we are legitimately seeing a proper animated Maru before half the characters in JJK. Like, we haven't actually seen, I don't know, who's a good example, Yorozu, alright? Well, I guess we have, you know what I mean, we're seeing Maru in, like, proper, high-quality Mappa animation art style before Season 4 of JJK, bro. We're getting animated Modulo before Hikari's won a fight, like, come on, dude. But yeah, then there's this weird shot of someone, like, falling down, I think it's the Nalnox spaceship, but it could be like a Dborah light beam, I'm not sure. And you can see the curvature of the Earth, like they're clearly in space. And I'll be honest, listen, I've read Modulo a few times now. I don't recognize this. I don't know who that is or what's happening here. My best guess is that it's like an anime-only visual of what Dborah was doing against Mahoraga, but like, that's an insane shot, bro. Whoever it is, whatever's happening, that's so beautiful. You get to see the Earth and like just the scale of Modulo compared to JJK. We then get a single frame flash by of old man Yuji Itadori. No, it's not Yuta. I know some people thought it was. Unfortunately, we don't see Yuta in this little teaser, but we know it's him because you can see the little scar on his cheek. And then we get a nice moment where Yuji opens Yuki's soulbook, and inside we see he keeps a photo of the gang, him, Gojo, Nobara, and that guy over there. And yes, this is canonically the last appearance Megami ever has in the whole series. But that's the old stuff. I want to see Tsurugi and Yuka, who come up next in this really nice, very expressive shot of those two just talking to Maru, alright? And Maru's being his goofy self, and they're just kind of crashing out at him. But what I love about them is they proper captured the Zenin essence. Like, sure, Yuka has she dresses like Yuta, and she kind of looks a bit more like Yuta, but both of their facial expressions are so Maki, like, coded, bro. Look, that's literally just a Maki facial expression. But yeah, it's great. It's very happy, it's very light and cheerful, and then Maru smiles and goes off to the side, smiling, all happy, very bright, and then bam, straight cut into complete darkness, very kind of cold colors. Maru's expression suddenly becomes sad. You see Cross standing behind him. I think it was a really effective transition, because obviously they have not too long to work with here. It's a very short promo, but they really do like make it mean something, And then we get a very similar kind of color scheme shot of Tsurugi and Yuka looking up at the Nalnox spaceship as it arrives. At least I think that's the same panel. And then, of course, we have to see the POV shot of Yakumaru striking down Cross, which is hilarious because that obviously is one of the most iconic moments in our Modulo journey. What I find amazing about this as a whole, though, is just that, okay, because it's short and it probably, was made outside of the Season 3 schedule by animators who are very passionate about the project, it obviously had a lot of love and care. It's no surprise that it looks as good as it does, but damn, bro, even in these short little promos, they be doing anime-only things, man, because there's no POV shot from Yakumaru like this. I mean, to be fair, half the stuff that happens in this Dborah thing, like, just, it's so creative the way it's storyboarded. It's honestly amazing. Like, even even if they just colored in some manga panels and made the move, I would have been happy and surprised. But like, damn, they really did go all in with this, and I think it shows. But yeah, then we have, you know, Maru waving goodbye to Yuka and Tsurugi again, very happy, and then bam, another hard cut into Cross not looking too good. And then another transition from that dark Cross image of him lying looking very lifeless to Yuka in this kind of bright moment of her falling out of the plane to what she thinks is going to be sacrificing her life in order to beat Dborah. So that's a nice little emphasis on the parallel there that was kind of created between Yuka and Cross in that moment. And then the exciting stuff there, okay? The main event, Dborah and Mahoraga. I've got to be real, listen, Dborah, he's my goat, okay? I love Dborah. I love him so much, and he's so cool, so this is awesome to see, even in just little tiny bits. But damn, when I saw Mappa-style Mahoraga again in actual moving animation, dude, they better animate this whole series when it comes to it, because if you thought Sukuna Mahoraga was good, we can get that all over again, but even better with Mahoraga Dborah. Oh, peak. But yeah, Dborah looks awesome. He looks menacing. And then we get the incredible moment where Yuka falls down and summons Mahoraga. And this isn't even Megami slander. Okay, it's not even Megami slander. I'm gonna be completely real with you guys, bro. Even Sukuna didn't have aura like this when he was summoning Mahoraga. Mostly because majority of the times he would do it, it would be, you know, after getting his ass clapped by Gojo. But that's besides the point, alright? Yuka, easily the best Mahoraga summon in the series. I'm sorry. It's so elite, bro. Look at this. Oh, it's genuinely, it's stunning. And then probably my favorite second favorite part of the promo, which is we see a really sick visual of in the darkness Yuta's ring falls down with this blue glow, and we have this silhouette of Rika's mouth kind of rushing towards the screen, swallowing the ring, and then out of the ring climbs Surika or Tsurugi Rika. You know what I mean. I thought that visual is sick. That's so dope, the way he like climbs out of it. We get this close-up shot of him with a black background, and then cut to Maru, who's kind of doing the, you know, the Yuji in season 1 before he learns to control cursed energy, and he's like blocking the finger bearer's cursed energy in the opening. That's what he looks like he's doing. It's I feel like it's a little callback to that. And then we have, of course, the shots of Mahoraga, who is, oh dude, like every time, okay, in the manga, he's a pretty big guy. His size is inconsistent, but he wasn't like insanely massive. He kind of stood on a similar level to Dborah. Nah, bruv, this guy is the size of a legitimate kaiju, and he makes Dborah look like a toddler, bro. But somehow, I don't know which one has more aura, but it's just so cool, but he's so massive and menacing with that smile. I always forget how much, like, aura Mahoraga has for a guy who's never won a fight and just never spoken a word in his life. It's crazy how much of an impact this character has when he pulls up. But yeah, Dborah kind of just stands over the huge Mahoraga and then fires his curse technique, which is really cool that we get to see it. And I know, you know, it moves at light speed, which is well beyond anything in JJK is able to keep up with. But like, damn. Normally in anime, if there's a light speed attack, they'll still show it in motion, right? It will just be scalable. You know, you'll show an attack that's going really fast actually move so that we can comprehend it, okay? Because obviously we can't see things move at light speed. Well, we can't. Whatever, that's not my point. Point is, you didn't have him like shoot them at Mahoraga. Nah, bro, they just like borderline spawned in his body, which was so cool. Like, it just shows the difference like between Dborah and the rest of the verse, where as soon as he wanted that attack to land, bam, Mahoraga's been fully pierced. And it was a nice kind of recreation of that original panel where he uses his technique and climbs the ladder of his light beams as Mahoraga gets pierced. But sorry, quick editor's note from me here, because I noticed something while I was editing this. Bro, look at how Dborah like starts by looking at the camera, and then his eyeballs like slowly roll down to look at Mahoraga. Right now he's so tough. Yeah, it looks dope. The color scheme is great. I love how they, you know, heat up. They kind of become more red and you know, when you do like a heat effect, right? You have the white inside and then it starts glowing red. It's a really nice effect to make it seem like they do that kind of damage. But then another really cool part of it is we get to see his curse technique reversal. Dborah's, obviously. It does look exactly like we envisioned, a kind of white and black mass, almost like a black hole. And it does sort of suck all the color out of the environment around them, which is weird because I made back before I became a slightly more skilled artist than I am now. Not that I'm very skilled now, but I made a Dborah coloring where I was thinking, technically this thing should be sucking the color out from around it, so I did it in, you know, gray and black and white. And it's weird because that's exactly how they executed it. So I don't know, I feel like that was kind of funny. Still don't know what it does, but we do see his domain expansion form around it. Someone please explain to me how we're seeing Dborah domain expansion before any hint of Hakari winning a fight, bro. It does not make a single lick of sense, but I'm here for it because it looks dope. And then for my favorite bit of the entire promo is the screen basically shatters as Mahito's hand reaches forward and kind of breaks the immersion with the Dborah domain. And he's there in this kind of empty void, you know, the soul path place. And this is no normal Mappa art style, especially not for Mahito, right? They went a bit more, I don't know, I'm no artist, bro. What do you even call it? It kind of looks like it's been drawn in crayon. Pastel-y? You know what I mean. And then, yeah, but he's so distorted and enraged. Now, this will be right after Yuji has used his simple dismantle attacks to casually prevent Mahito from opening his domain expansion, which is why he's missing fingers, and why his weird, like, tongue, hand, mouths have been cut off. Damn, that's a weird sentence. But yeah, he is fuming, bro. And they make a really nice callback to the iconic moment in season 2 where his voice actor screams Itadori Yuji with the OST as well. It sounds amazing, and it gave me goosebumps just because it made me think, like, that time he was screaming Itadori Yuji to taunt Yuji, and now it's like Yuji's taunting him. Now he's the victim, right? Like, he's enraged, and I don't know, he looks so terrifying, but also he looks like such a victim as well. But yeah, that's my favorite moment. But Mahito's not even close to my favorite character here, but that moment was just such a nice little callback, and it was just done so well that I can't help but think it's the best. And then the promo ends with that shot of Yuji Itadori and kind of this very grayed out, desaturated shot where he turns around and looks at the camera as they promote Volume 3's release. Yep, all of this was for the release of Volume 3, bruv. I'm telling you, nothing's doing it like JJK, with the sole exception of Kagurabachi, of course. Yeah, bro, just the amount of love this series gets is unreal. I did not expect this to drop on a random Friday, and thank God it did, because I was bored as hell. Yes, this video, it would kind of like, realistically, you can watch it for yourself. You can go through it frame by frame for yourself for all I care. You don't need me to tell you. But I missed making these reviews. I'm having the withdrawals from season 3. I was bored, and I know some of you guys would just like to sit and watch a review style thing again as well. So yeah, like and subscribe, I guess. I don't know, I don't feel like I added much to this, but screw it. I love JJK, and it's my channel, so you can go eat a brick. Yeah, Dborah's the goat though. I'm sorry, he's the strongest. Like, he just is. I love Yuji, I love Yuta, I love Gojo. Bro, I can't believe I'm gonna say this, but I love Sukuna as well. Like, all of them have grown on me so much recently, and just like, there's something about Dborah that just tickles my pickle, bro. I love that guy, and yeah, I'll die on that hill. Dborah's like just top 1, my goat. Also, big up Yuka. Yuka's underrated character. I fuck with Yuka heavy. Yeah, that's the Mappa animated promo teaser. Well, I say teaser, it's not meant to be a trailer. The promo thing for Modulo. All I will say about this though is that it doesn't mean we're going to be getting an anime before JJK ends. Yes, that's happened before with series, it's not impossible, but if Mappa are going to be animating it, they've got too much on their hands right now, and I don't think they'll want to split their workload between you know, mainline JJK and Modulo. I don't think they'll do it at the same time. If they did, it would have to go to a different studio, I think, especially if they wanted it to remain JJK quality. I'm also biased as hell, so I hope they don't, because I want, you know, I want to prolong my JJK YouTube career for as long as possible, so whatever. Yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up there. I don't know, big yap fest or something like that.